Good morning and happy Wednesday. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day so far, and I hope your day is truly blessed. I was talking with a friend the other day about how some people are hard to love, and I was telling them that we as Christians have to remind ourselves to love them anyway. It's so hard sometimes to love people that are hard to love, but we're called to do it anyway. We're told in Luke 6:27 to 36, "But I tell you who hear me, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you. Pray for those who mistreat you. If someone strikes you on the cheek, turn to him the other also. If someone takes your cloak, do not stop him from taking your tunic. Give to everyone who asks you, and if anyone takes what belongs to you, do not demand it back. Do to others as you would have them do to you. If you love those who love you, what credit is that to you? Even sinners love those who love them. And if you do good to those who are good to you, what credit is that to you? Even sinners do that. And if you lend to those from whom you expect repayment, what credit is that to you? Even sinners lend to sinners, to them without expecting to get anything back. Then your reward will be great, and you will be sons of the Most High, because he is kind to the ungrateful and wicked. Be merciful, just as your Father is merciful." Wow, there's a lot in those verses, but they're so important to remember and to live out. So do you think people can see the Jesus in you when you're dealing with hard people? Or are you living in your flesh, lashing out and treating them bad because they treat you bad? We are to do to others as we would have them do to us, not as they do to us. And if we do that right, people will be able to see you different in this world. And that speaks volumes for Christians. Do you realize hurt people hurt people? People that aren't healed from their past hurts and pains struggle inside. They lash out at others and treat others unkind. But even if someone does something like that to us, we have to do what Jesus would do. And he would take a moment to pause, pray, and ask the Father to help him with how these people are. And he would love them anyway. So, are you remembering to pause and pray when you're dealing with mean and hateful people? I hope so. Because when you do that, you're doing what God's calling you to do. I oftentimes have to pause and pray. And when I do that, my mind goes to the adulterous woman in John 8, 1 to 11. This is what happened. Jesus went to the Mount of Olives. At dawn, he appeared again in the temple courts, where all the people gathered around him, and he sat down to teach them. The teachers of the law, excuse me, and the Pharisees brought in a woman caught in adultery. They made her stand before the group and said to Jesus, "Teacher, this woman was caught in the act of adultery. In the law, Moses commanded us to stone such women. Now, what do you say?" They were using this question as a trap in order to have a basis for accusing him. But Jesus bent down and started to write on the ground with his finger. When they kept on questioning him, he straightened up and said to them, "If any one of you is without sin, let him be the first to throw a stone at her." Again, he stooped down and wrote on the ground. At this, those who heard began to go away one at a time, the older ones first, until only Jesus was left, with the woman still standing there. Jesus straightened up and asked her, "Woman, where are they? Has no one condemned you?" "No one, sir," she said. "Then neither do I condemn you," Jesus declared. "Go now and leave your life of sin." We have to remind ourselves as followers of Jesus, we have to live our lives certain ways. And one of them is to represent Jesus in this way. So make sure you're checking yourself and make sure you are loving your enemies and praying and not throwing stones at the ones that have fallen short. We are called to be the love and light of Jesus and also called to love others as he has loved us. That's found in John 13:34. So make sure you start loving others as Jesus loves you, because then and only then you'll bring people to Jesus. Straight from God through Dawn Marie. Love you all and have a blessed rest of your day.